All right, hello and welcome back to Space Quest 4, or is it Space Quest 12? I don't know. We just got into our little time pod here, whatever it's called. Just gonna put in some random coordinates and see where this brings us.
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally, nothing much happens. That must not have been a valid code. Try again.
So obviously they have to have their little joke first, but we will now put in some other code and...
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally...
You can't say that the narrator didn't go hard. Very nice. All right, so we find ourselves in Space Quest 10, the Latex Babes of Estros. We're going to get some odd scenes and moments here. So first thing we're going to do, exit the ship. And take a couple of steps off to the left here to kickstart that animation.
Whoa! What was that?
The existence of this large beast, and nobody can walk back this way. We can go down there, but I'm going to save that for later, so it's more of a surprise. Head down these stairs on this side. And, oh, we have been snatched up by a pterodactyl. I believe this is essentially supposed to be, more or less. Roger seems less than calm. Alright. The bird's gonna drop us down into the nest.
Hey, those talon things hurt. You didn't much care for the landing either.
And then it's gonna also go and grab one of these space cops who we're going to search quickly.
You frisk the skewered sequel policeman and turn up a paper-wrapped wad of used chewing gum.
Alright, we're going to take a look at that. So we're going to open it up. And I will write down this code here. Alright, so this is part of a code. Let's exit. And take another plummeting fall. Luckily, Roger seems to have kind of a thick skull. More or less. Though he does find plenty of other ways to die. And now... oh, goodness.
You've got a lot of nerve coming back here, Roger Wilco. After leaving me the way you did, you male scum. This is the last woman you'll ever dump on. Right, girls?
Right.
Said you couldn't be tied down.
I said that?
You said you had to be free to roam the galaxy.
Was that me?
You'll be sorrier than you look. We'll see to that.
Yeah.
Into the sub, flyboy.
Flyboy. Alright, well, got an awful lot of guns on us, so let's climb in. And we'll drift here through this...
You hope these women soon realize that they must have the wrong guy.
Through this oceanic I don't know, landscape.
This is Zandra. We are approaching checkpoint 6. Prepare to open the tunnel door.
This upcoming scene may be the single weirdest
Activate the
scene
door.
I've ever seen in a video game, or anything else for that matter. And we slowly make our way in to the dock here. This babe of Estros here seems very similar to the other green-clad one who we just saw out there. And the woman who's going to be wearing the black latex also looks very similar to the other woman with the gun that we left on that beach. I guess they didn't want to animate too many different ones, which is fair for something
Sit
so
down.
absolutely bizarre.
Comfy, Mr. Wilco?
Hey, what are you doing? Let me go, witch.
Which?
Shut up! Your whimpering sickens me. I'll teach you not to run out on me. Thoreen is quite knowledgeable in the ways of torture. I'll let the two of you get acquainted. Thoreen, do your stuff.
With pleasure, Zandra.
So creepy sounding. This whole scene is
Let
creepy
me
though,
introduce
so.
you to a friend of mine.
Some kind of electric razor that apparently can also cut through legs. I don't know why that would be
This is
designed that way.
357, the most powerful hand-hair remover in the universe, and it's capable of shaving your legs clean off. I've always wanted to see a man shave with one of these, but I guess you'll do. Now you'll know the meaning of the word pain.
Makes me think of Sin City.
It's a seed slug! Run, girls!
Alright, so we're being attacked by some kind of giant, monstrous sea slug. It's going to use its tentacles and somehow accidentally free us, at which point we
Desperately,
can
you tried.
hit this little red button, which shocks its tentacles the same way that our clothing was just kind of burned away, I guess. And we can see that this oxygen tank is colored a slightly different color than the rest of the palette on screen. Helps as an indication that it's something we're going to need. Throw it into his mouth. And I don't know exactly what happened, but it certainly didn't seem to like it. And suddenly these
Wasn't he great,
Amazonian-like
girls?
women are just
Well,
fawning
Raj,
over us.
I guess we can call it even. Thank you for ridding our fortress of that slimy, awful sea slug. I know I can't blame you for backing out at the last minute. I guess I was a little overbearing. Sorry. Can we still be good friends?
Well, now, wait a minute. Let's talk about this.
No, Roger. You were right. You don't need to spare my feelings. It just wasn't meant to be. It's better this way. Well, girls, I feel like celebrating. Let's go shopping.
Well, it doesn't get normal after this, but at least it doesn't get weirder. So that's
Meanwhile,
something.
back in Space Quest 12.
we captured in the Space Quest 4 time sector. He had just aided Wilco in escaping. The readout on his time gun indicates that Wilco was successfully transported into this time sector as you feared.
That is no longer a concern. Wilco will surrender to us once he has learned we have captured his son. Then he will be destroyed once and for all.
Alright, so we have come to some kind of mall, I guess.
Sail!
Someone dropped their ATM card. And I think we're gonna make use of that.
You pick up the ATM card.
So excited. Alright, let's go. Actually, let's walk around this way. Doesn't matter at all, it's just a circle, but I don't feel like having to cross the screen later. There's clearly a big sale at the software store. These are moving walkways. You don't have to actually move, but you do go a little bit faster when you're on them. Hurts so good, we won't be going to until actually the next video. Monolith Burger, we're going to be coming to in a moment. And the Big and Tall. We are going to go there right now to get some pants. So we look ridiculous.
Pardon me, sir. You appear to be in dire need of my services.
I am. Let's chat.
I'm sorry, I lost my boots and the legs of my pants in a deadly fight with a giant sea slug, which I won in the nick of time with my clever thinking and my, cleverness.
I see. Well, all right. Let me get your measurements. We've got just the thing for the likes of you. I assume you will be wanting something in the generic Space Hero line?
Space
This
Eater.
will do for you. Try them on in the dressing room here if you wish.
You change your clothes, not forgetting the items in your pocket. You never know when you'll need them. You step out looking good as new.
That will be a 20 buckazoids, please.
Luckily, we started the game with a few buckazoids.
Thank you, sir.
Oops, didn't mean to skip that. Alright. However, we're gonna need a few more buckazoids, so we're gonna head back to Monolith Burger. And there is kind of a little, I don't know what you want to call it, mini game in this that we can do to make cash. However, it is very boring and takes much longer than I want to deal with, so we're actually just gonna skip it.
Yeah. I'd like,
As you'll see in a moment.
We're out of it. We're out of everything, including employees. Would you like to apply for a job?
I would.
You would, huh? Well, this is the greatest opportunity you've ever had, kid. Benefits up the wazoo, and if you stick with me half an hour or so, I'll make you my assistant manager. Now, how would you like that?
Gee, thanks.
Oh, gee willikers.
Warning, the following sequence contains explicit arcade action and is not recommended for die-hard adventure players, the arcade squeamish, or those with poor to non-existent motor skills.
Yes, we're just gonna wimp out because it's literally just a little conveyor belt where we just put condiments on hamburgers. It's very slow and it takes way too long.
Oh, by the way, you're about to be fired.
You're fired! My janitor could do a better job than you could.
Well, to be fair, we are also a janitor. Alright, let's head down here. We're gonna collect that cigar quickly, and then head back around here.
You retrieve the cigar butt.
Very exciting. Alright, so we have our cigar butt, and we're going to come around and head back up to the ATM that we passed by up here. And we're going to see if we can use our ATM card that we picked up off the ground. However, after the machine has scanned us, it realizes we in fact are not a woman.
You obviously don't resemble a blonde woman. What a surprise.
So yes, apparently that's the extent of the identity checking software. It's just, are you the right gender, apparently. So let's head past here, past the big and tall, past this arcade, although that will be coming up shortly, and head into Saks, where this lovely sales robot will assist us. Creepy.
Hiya, hun. I'm Maybot, fashion consultant to the Cosmos. What can we, do with you today?
Well, this is kind of hard to explain.
Oh, let me guess. You want something for someone very special. Someone who died to get the latest in high galactic fashion. Are we right, or are we right?
We're right.
Okay, what size does she take?
Oh, 38.
Oh, I don't think we're right about that.
I'm not sure, but she's built about like me.
Is she? A likely story. Good thing for you, I can keep a secret, sweetie.
I was gonna say Roger's going to channel his
I'm sure this will suit that special someone's needs. It's all the rage.
his inner cloud strife, but I guess Roger probably did it first.
I suppose you'll want to try it on now. Here, use this dressing room.
Even if Cloud is a little better known for it.
And honey, if your special someone needs a wig, this one should look pretty good on you.
Looking good, Roger.
Very lovely, honey. It's made for you. Would you like us to wrap it up? Or would that special someone prefer you to wear it home?
I think I'll wear it home.
Just what we thought. That will be 60 buckazoids, sicko.
Alright.
Appreciate it, hun.
Very good. That's why we needed to get the job, get enough cash
Thanks
to
for
afford
shopping
our
at Saks.
beautiful new look. Now let's head back to the ATM. Right around here. Apparently the heels came with the dress. Or so it would seem. Let's put our card back in here. Now this is the order that I always do all these pieces in. I don't know if you have to do all of them in quite this order. There's a couple that have to happen in a certain order, but we're just gonna clean out this whole account. And we should have, I don't know, 2,000 or so Buckazoids now. 2014. Alright, so the next place we want to go is inside this software store, which if we can fight against the... There we go.
Sorry, but the crowd completely cleaned out my stock of Sierra software. The only thing that's left is boring home and business application software, along with a few inferior games. But feel free to look around anyway. So, are you looking for a good database? We've got one coming in next week.
Alright, let's take a look in the bargain bin. We are going to take a quick look at Boom, a reference to Loom.
The latest bomb from master storyteller Maury Bryanarty, Boom, is a post-Holocaust adventure set in post-Holocaust America after the Holocaust. Neutron bombs have eradicated all life, leaving only you to wander through the wreckage. No other characters, no conflict, no puzzles, no chance of dying, and no interface make this the easiest to finish game yet. Just boot it up and watch it explode.
Alright, let's keep looking. The item we actually want is hidden under some of these, and that would be this hint book to Space Quest 6.
The two guys
I'm sorry,
from Andromeda's
4.
latest sci-fi comedy, Space Quest 4, will give you hours of frustration unless you have this hint book. Want to know how to get the dog into the hanging basket? Want to find out how to attach the melon? Buy this hint book and it all becomes obvious. You'll hit your head and say, boy, how stupid could I have been? A moron could have figured this out. I must be a real dimwit, a pathetic nimno, a wretched, idiotic excuse for a human being not to have figured out these simple puzzles in the first place. Try it and see.
Alright, let's keep this. And we could be done after that. We'll have to pay this.
Ah! I see you've made a selection from our box of slop, bargain bin.
Indeed, we have. Alright, let's pay.
Thank you!
And let's move on. Alright, so we're going to do a couple of things. First, we're going to change back into our clothing, which we have to do to advance to the next portion of the game. By the big and tall, and the arcade is where we're going to be coming back to once we change. But we're going to pop back into the Sax Jess dressing room as I mumble my way through my sentences. Roger, you're moving very slowly inside the store. Apparently there's just too much going on.
As you change your clothes, you think to yourself that even in drag, you still have incredible animal magnetism. Or is that just a lack of deodorant?
Roger definitely doesn't lack
Thanks for shopping at Saks.
self-confidence. And we'll just walk across. That'll be easier than trying to fight the current here. And again, just getting across might be difficult. Alright, so we are going to walk into the arcade And then I'm going to pause and save quickly. Alright, and then we're going to play a quick game of Ms. Astro Chicken. Only I'm not really going to play. You can play for a while and eventually the game will explode. I don't know if you get like more puzzle points or something for that, but I don't feel like dealing with it. So yeah, you kind of just fly this chicken around. You can get eggs. You have to try and dodge these enemies. Eggs are actually harder to shoot than you might think. But eventually you get used to it. Yeah, we'll let ourselves just get eaten, and then once more we can fly into this thing. Whoosh! Ooh, rough way to go. Alright. And yeah, I don't know if you just have to get, enough game overs and then eventually the game explodes, but we don't need to deal with that. However, if we come up here, we should advance to the next kind of event in the game. There we go. Which are the time police showing up, or which is the time police showing up, whatever. And now for the second time, we're going to need to try to evade the time police and sneak our way into one of their cruisers. What we're going to need to do, and the reason why I saved this, because this is quite easy to mess up, is head down here. And we're going to go into this area in the middle, the skate-o-rama, where it's not 100% obvious yet, because we haven't really seen much of it, but there's essentially a 0G area. So we're going to run away from the cops, climb in here, and then someone should pop up behind us and start shooting at us. We're going to... Ooh, nice job, Roger. Alright, so come up here, and you got to get to this area of the screen. Will trigger the cops showing up here. And since they're up here, we now have the opportunity to exit from where they were previously guarding. And then head directly back into the arcade. And as we come down here and get back into the time cruiser, I'm actually going to end the video again so I can save the screen that has this time the time code for Space Quest 10, so we can come back to this time, which we'll need to do shortly. But also because I think it's a good time to break, and then we'll come back and finish things in the next video. But that's it for now, so till next time, see ya!